Good day everyone, I'm AzureBlaze, and welcome to another look at video, which is the first one I've done in a while. And, I mean, there's a few reasons why. One, I was waiting for this desk, this new stand-up desk. I'm very happy with it. And secondly, because I've been busy with a lot of other videos at the moment. I've been wanting to get back into doing this, however I haven't had the time at the moment. Therefore, I as well apologise if the lighting is a bit funny. I know there's a lot of shadows and things like that at the moment. I will work that out at some point. At the moment, this is sort of the best I can do. Yeah, let's get straight into it, because I want to talk about Halo Campaign Evolved and my stuff to do with it, essentially. I've got a few different things, like I have the physicals, the physical copy and stuff like that, a couple of physical copies, and then I have a book from JB Hi-Fi, which is something I've talked about before, and then something special in this little pouch, which I can talk about in a bit. Let's first talk about the physicals, of course. I have both of them, despite the fact that I don't even own a PS5. I needed it. I feel like I've got, I should have probably grabbed this off the shelf beforehand, however, I've got like almost every version of Combat Evolved, like, that exists. Therefore, yeah, I wanted to make sure I keep up with that trend, I suppose. The ones I'm missing for Combat Evolved is the original version on the Xbox. I have the Classics version case for it. I don't have the original case for it. And then the Mac version. They're the only two I'm missing as far as I'm aware. Therefore, yeah, yeah, I wanted to get both, even though it's a bit expensive. As you can see, I haven't even opened the PS5 version. I will probably do a giveaway in this video. It'll probably pop up on screen now. There we go. To the code for the pre-order stuff for this, because to be honest with you, I'm never going to use it, like, ever, and it can only be used on PS5. Therefore, yeah. As for the codes for this stuff, you're not just going to get that. However, yeah, I have Halo Campaign Evolved here for Xbox and PS5 physically. It's kind of funny because yeah, I got them from EB Games and stuff like that, and I mean, there's nothing much to them, to be honest. It's simply a disc, which is, I mean, I guess that's what I should have been expecting in this day and age. I was really trying to get the collector's edition. I really wanted the collector's edition. However, literally, as soon as it came available, it was gone. Like, and it never came back, and they were never going to restock it, which is very frustrating. It never even came to the Australian storefront that they had set up for it with JB Hi-Fi. Never happened, which is very upsetting considering they said it would. That's rude. Yeah, no, I was very upset about that. I really wanted the collector's edition with the statue and everything like that, and this could be a very different video if I had that, because I could be showing off the statue too. Anyway, it's fine. I never realized how much thicker PS5 cases are to Xbox Series cases. Yeah, they're a little bit thicker. It's interesting, and something, because like I've never had a PS5 game before. This is like the first one I've ever owned, and yeah, it's never gonna, it's never being opened. I think it's absolutely hilarious to own this. I really wanted it simply to have it because it's funny. It feels a bit heavier than this too. I don't know, does it got anything in it? I don't think it has anything else in it. It's only got the disc and stuff. It's simply PS5 by the looks of it. Yeah, basically they look the same, except for the white as opposed to the black and all that sort of thing. PS5, I never realized, had the same thing as the Switch, where the image goes down the side. Kind of neat. Yeah, I feel like this, it does not need this. The game disc part on the bottom, I thought that was hilarious as well. Yeah, no, I don't know. I got them both physically. It was a bit of an expensive task to get them both physically, however I have them both physically now anyway. It's fine. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. However, because I ordered both of these at EB Games, I got something special. Not with the Xbox version, because apparently I ordered that too late, even though I'm pretty sure I didn't see an end date on the email about it. However, with the PS5 version, because I ordered that earlier, because basically I was waiting to see if they would ever bring the collector's edition back. That's the whole reason I didn't get the Xbox One straight away. However, with the PS5 version, I got something little special in this pouch. And it comes with a little stand that you can put these on. It's a little 117 stand. That looks more like Infinite Chief 117. However, you know, it's fine. Pick that up in a second. However, in this little bag, what came with the game was a coin. A 25 years coin. And you could get either a gold or a silver one. and I happened to get the silver one. Unfortunately, I did want the gold one. I was hoping to get 2 chances with my 2 games. However, I walked in to pick up the physical one for this, and they said that I ordered it too late, which was kind of upsetting. And this stand is meant to be a stand for this coin, and it is the flimsiest thing of all time. Yeah, no, I got a nice coin. It is very, very nice, very heavy, very heavy. I do really like it though. You can stay out over here for the moment. To be honest, I will come back to that in a second. However, yeah, 2 physicals, not much to them to be honest. However, something I do want to talk about is the Stack magazine, the JB Hi-Fi one. It is something I go over every now and then. With different games. I have actually got some more other ones to go over at the moment, and even some for older games, which I found back in the old cupboard. However, yeah, this one has Halo. It has a Halo theming in it, which is great. It does talk about some other things first, and then talks about how there's Halo stuff in it. However, it does have a whole page going over the timeline. What I do like to talk about first, though, is the gaming page, because I may as well. It talks about the games coming out in June 2026, oh sorry, the top 10 bestsellers for June 2026, and that includes 007 First Light at 1, which is really fun to see, Star Fox at 2nd, Tomodachi Life at 3, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight at 4, Marvel Spider-Man 2 at 5, which is interesting considering that game came out ages ago, 6 is Pokemon Pokopia, 7 is EA Sports UFC 6, 8 is Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth for Switch 2 and PS5, Forza Horizon 6 is for Xbox Series X, not for PS5, which I think is hilarious. And number 10 is Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Lots of Spider-Man stuff, and I'm assuming it's because of the Spider-Man movie that came out around this time. Yeah, and then we have Zane Warwick, who's, I'm assuming, the reporter, stuff like that. They're doing different interviews as they always do. They talk about people buying a PS3, Infamous Second Son and all that sort of stuff. Been playing a lot of Black Ops 2. Yeah, it's really interesting. They do a interview on the creative director of Black Flag Resynced, which is really interesting. I always like looking at these. And then they're asked what their first game was that they played. He said his dad bought him an Atari when he was 6. I remember playing some sort of shooting game. However, I can't remember the name of it. I was an early core memory inspired me into the game industry, which is very nice. What was the last game that you finished? One quirk about me is that I find it hard to finish games. A great game allows you to escape into a beautiful or dreadful world you can't get enough of. Therefore, I tend to slow down before I finish a game, and sometimes I end up not finishing it. I do that sometimes, and returning to it when I need an escape. I honestly can't remember when I last finished a game. I've been playing all the Resident Evils in the recent years, Cyberpunk 2077, the Kingdom Come Deliverance series, and Star Trek Voyager Across the Universe, which is... That's nice to hear. I do like that game. I haven't actually played it, saying that. However, I do like the game from what I've seen. Yeah, I've never finished any of them. What's your favourite video game series of all time? It'll be impossible to list one. However, Street Fighter is a large part of me growing up. I've been playing a lot of the 6 as well. Star Control 2 had a big impact on how I viewed open world games. Last of Us, The Witcher, Mass Effect. Always good to see. What do you think the most underrated video game of all time? Picking one feels unfair. However, if I had a recent one I've played, it would be The Dahlia View. Okay, it's a stylized detective adventure. There you go. I didn't know what it was there. Where you play as an old man in a wheelchair solving a mystery in his neighborhood. The dark, mature tone and unique premise of the game is amazing to dive in. There you go. What's the game that you most wish you worked on? That's a tough one. I would have liked to work on Dishonored, Thief, or Deus Ex franchises. I'm a big fan of immersive sims. Thief was particularly inspiring for me when I was a teen. There you go. Very interesting. I do like all that. Yeah. And then there's the game exam. Are you up to answering all 8 of this Munchkin related poses? There's what is the Rhythm Paradise series known as in the US? It's Rhythm Heaven. Which Nickelodeon series which spawned many games starred a cat with a bonkers chihuahua? Is that a cat with a bonkers chihuahua? Is that Ren and Stimpy? That's interesting. Who's the main protagonist of Black Flag? That's Edward, I believe. What was the full title of the first Mickey Mouse game on Sega Mega Drive? Is it Castle of Illusion? Is that it? To which rhythm adventure series from the PSP is Rattatan's spiritual successor? Oh, we were talking about it recently. Patapon. There we go. What is the name of the shapeshifting Celepod protagonist of the Splatoon games? The Inklings. What's the full name of the protagonist in Halo Combat Evolved? John 117. What was the name of the first Razer gaming mouse? I have no idea. Moving on, there's a Halo section, which I'm very excited about. I haven't looked through all of it yet, however, yeah, there's a whole spread on Halo. It talks about the two games when they came out and everything like that. The release timeline that has CE, of course, 2001, Halo 2 in 2004, 3 in 2007, Wars in 2009, ODST in 2009, Reach in 2010, Combat Evolved Anniversary in 2011, Halo 4 in 2012, Spartan Assault in 2013, Master Chief Collection in 2014, Spartan Strike in 2015, Halo 5 Guardians in 2015, Halo Wars 2 in 2017, Halo Fireteam Raven in 2018. I can't believe it's been that long. I've never even played it. I really want to. 2021 is Halo Infinite and 2026 is Halo Campaign Evolved. It's interesting that they included the Spartan games. I mean, I'm glad they did. I mean, I know they're a bit funny. Oh, I was hoping that would work. I know they're a bit funny. However, like, it would have been nice to see them there, regardless. Yeah, it's been 25 years since we first stepped into the boots of Master Chief. To celebrate, the month sees the release of Halo Campaign Evolved, which brings us a modernized spin on the campaign from Halo's Xbox debut. Creative director Max Slagor at Halo Studios tells us more. Yeah, and then he goes into about how this remake uses the power of Unreal Engine 5, which it certainly does. I've had my problems with it, as I've talked about it before on the channel. Yeah, bringing us an experience that is true to the original while delivering more, including 4K visuals, enhanced animations, recorded voice lines, and re-recorded voice lines, and remastered music. And it's the first time that a Halo game will be available on PlayStation, PS5 specifically. A new Code of Paint isn't the end of it. The Halo Studios team is adding 9 weapons that didn't appear until later in the series releases, as well as adding 3 whole new bonus prequel missions, or campaigns, sorry. Basically, the development team has taken on board 25 years of feedback. Yeah, anyway, sorry for the cut. Basically, the development team has taken on board 25 years of feedback. Yeah, I don't really agree with that as much. With the aim to deliver the ultimate experience for both newcomers to the franchise and fans who've been there right from the start. No. It's a great time to revisit Combat Evolved, says, I don't know how you say his name, I apologize, man, Slagor, enthusiastically for new players, for established Halo players, and even maybe for old friends playing on different hardware today, to allow them to play together and enjoy the franchise together again. A player-first approach has informed many decisions for the better, he continues. Whenever we make a change, the number one thing was to be true to the original game. Sure. When we introduce new features or make creative choices, we're constantly checking in with players through our user research studies and our Halo Insider program. Did anyone in the Insider program even get to do anything with this? Their feedback helps us stay grounded on what feels authentic to Halo, because I'm inside the Insider program. The team saw this as a great opportunity to enhance the original while staying true to it. Because this is a remake, we've been able to carefully rebuild almost every level and every encounter with more fidelity, Slagor says. As we're building the technology for this game, we've had to do it piece by piece, which included re-evaluating all the individual elements as we're revisiting them in the original game. Fans in the multiplayer are in for a treat, with the original split-screen play joined by up to 4-player co-op. However, it's required some consideration of space. Now the campaign supports up to 4-player co-op. We had to think about how all the original counters and spaces can scale to accommodate the many players. I've noticed some places are bigger for different co-op counts. We made some of the spaces larger, yeah. We want to make sure we're authentic to the encounters themselves, therefore it's a balancing act between difficulty tuning and, you know, making those encounters the right size for the right space. The experience will be familiar for original fans, however they will have the excitement of something new around the corners. We learned from Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary that there is an appetite for things like better wayfinding, navigation, and diversity in enemy encounters, Slagor states. In the library specifically, which features several flood encounters, we want to reevaluate the pacing and enhance the environment's storytelling. They've completely changed the library, and to be honest with you, look, library was never the best level. However, like, I think in some ways they've made it worse, to be honest. That's me though. Anyway, yeah, the library specifically, which features several front encounters, we wanted to reevaluate the pacing and enhance the environmental storytelling. We added new lines to Guilty Spark, which guides players through the level, and there's new dialogue that gives more insight into the narrative as it plays out. Ultimately, canon purists need fear not. for Saigo stresses that they worked on enhancing the original story rather than replacing any of it. It was really important that we preserve the original story as it is, he underlines. We're not changing the stories. It's about refining and adding context to this moment and to other levels like it. Therefore players can stay on track. Yeah, basically like a general overview of what the head talks about, thinks about it and everything like that. Again, I don't necessarily agree with some of the things that he says, however, yeah, anyway, going further on in the book, there's stuff for Black Flag, a whole write-up on that as well, not something I'm really going to get into. Splatoon Raiders, which is really neat. Yeah, they talk about, it goes over like Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3, and then we got Splatoon Raiders, splats the way I like it, yeah. Interesting, Mouse PI for Hire, and Rhythm Paradise Groove, which is fun as well, always good to see. Yeah, they talk about, then they talk about all the different things about it, like those, how it works and everything like that, the tunes going global, which is, yeah, happened in 2009, the Paradise Fever for the win in the Wii in 2011, which is really fun, and then they go into, good to see that it has a whole page as well. I do like that, considering it's a bit of a smaller game compared to some other things. What's out this month? Obviously we have Nickelodeon Extreme Tennis Next, Mouse PI for Hire, Black Flag, Ratatan, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Endless Ragnarok, Splatoon Raiders, Echoes of Ironclad, which I have the Xbox version for, which actually didn't come out in Australia, I had to import it, and then Campaign Evolved, which came out as well. Yeah, and then coming in August, which is now, Marvel Tokon, Beast of Mario Incarnation, and Star Wars Zero Company. And then more big games coming out later on in the year. We got Blood of the Dawnwalker, Marvel's Wolverine, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, which Kananas is very excited for. They had the direct the other day. Control Resonance, Silent Hill Townfall, Onimusha, Minecraft Dungeons 2, Rayman Legends Retold, Ace Combat 8, Gears of War E-Day, Star Wars Galactic Racer, Castlevania Belmont's Curse, Switch Sports Resort, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, and Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, and then they go on to look at this controller, the Sketch Riot, looks interesting, and then we get into PC stuff. Yeah, that's all I'll say for that one. I was mainly wanting to talk about the Halo stuff anyway, because this is the Halo video. Yeah, basically that is all my physical sort of stuff for Campaign Evolved. Again, I would have really liked the Collector's Edition, and I'm very upset that it wasn't there. And then, yeah, I gave out their code for the DLC. Therefore, yeah, interesting stuff. I mean, I kind of wish they themed it more like Combat Evolved. However, I guess they've already kind of done that with Infinite and Combat Evolved Anniversary a little bit as well. Therefore, I think it's fine. Yeah, otherwise though, yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.